welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in this evening. I didn't think that I would be doing a live stream as I am on holiday right now. I decided to do it anyway because I have a few things I thought I would talk about, share with you. And another thing is that I was lazy today. I didn't edit the video that I was going to put out for my regular content. That will be coming up tomorrow, so look forward to that. I always start out by saying thank you so much for taking the time to use some of your time to tune in and listen to this channel and its contents. Whether you're listening to this live or you catch it in the rerun, I'm always really thankful for that. So thank you so much. Hey, Scott, how you doing, sir? Welcome to you. I am far from Amsterdam at an undisclosed location in a cabin in the woods with nobody really around me. It's dead quiet here. So that's a good thing. Ben, so glad to see you too, sir. Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you guys are here. Um, it was in my mind to do a live stream, and I certainly have one here tonight. What's Santa bringing you for Christmas? Let me see. Yeah, this is looking good. I like this. There's enough light. Camera could be a little cleaner. But so far it looks good. All right. So I hope not too much a delay on this. I hope you guys can hear me fine as well. You know, I got a text from Fern, told me that my guitar was ready. And as you know, I took my now 22, 23, over 20-year-old Squire SE Strat in for some modifications. I wanted to convert it over to an HA Strat. And I just got a text from Fern saying that it's all set and that when I get back to Amsterdam before Christmas, I'll be able to pick it up. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to pick it up from him. I'm going to wrap it up and give it to myself as a Christmas present. It's not a new guitar, but it's a newly modded guitar. You know, we often talk about that distinction. By the way, I'm going to talk about this in a little bit more in depth for the Christmas show on Wednesday. We will be doing a live stream on Christmas, so you can stay tuned for that for sure. You know, I have modified my language when it comes to the term parts caster. I don't consider this Squire that I've made these modifications to be a parts caster. I actually have decided that it's more like a modified Squire, to tell you the truth. So it will be referred to as that. Anyway, I'm looking forward to that modified Squire getting back to me, and I'm looking forward to sharing that with you guys. Also, the video that I'll be releasing tomorrow will be the sound test, I guess, not test. Well, you can hear the sound of those Hucker size P90s that I got from GFS, the Dream 90s. I was able to take the time before I left Amsterdam and myself playing, noodling with those new pickups in the three positions that they have on that guitar that been double cut custom. I think you guys are going to dig like the way that they sound. I think you will too. So also stay tuned for that tomorrow. That will be coming out. Yeah, so a lot of stuff coming up this week. So just because the Christmas holiday doesn't mean that we're slowing down. And I'm even on holiday myself right now. And I have found the time to make sure that I make time for you guys. Lots of people checking in. Let me check in and see who is here. Mr. Larson, good to see you. And a couple of bots tonight. I can't wait for my moderator to show up. All right, even the bots are welcome during Christmas. So yeah, all in told, I'm about with the modifications and cost of course, new pots, new caps, in order to match up with those pickups that I'm putting in there. But honestly, about $100 total in order to make that change and to make it a wonderful player. I'm sure. I can't wait to get down to Fern to my luthier and pick it up. Not gonna play it. I'm gonna wrap. I'm gonna look at it, but I'm gonna take it home and wrap it up. And it's kind of my Christmas gift to myself is that newly modded. I think it's gonna sound great. I fingers crossed. I think it should. So the first thing that I want to start out by saying is think about the guitars that you already own. This message tonight is specifically to guitarists. Maybe swap the pickups, change the tuners, or even give it a professional setup. That can be a gift not only to yourself but to your guitar. I mean, but for God's sake, some of you out there, I'm not fingers. It would behoove you to tune up your guitar every now and then, if you can, take it into a professional and have them work it over because you'll get it back and you'll be amazed. You'll say, hey, it feels new. So that's one of the best things that Santa can bring you this Christmas, I think, just to start off with, is just a sense of taking something that you already have and making it into something new to yourself, and investing. Next thing, in order to do that, it wouldn't be a bad thing um, to invest in parts. I've always talked about parts. I've been kind of stressing that for the last few live streams that I've done, and I can't tell you how invaluable it is to gather parts, quality parts, when you can find them, inexpensively as possible, whether you need them or not, because down the line you may need them. You never know. Another Christmas present to myself as a stocking stuffer. So nothing major to go on a tree, but certainly fill up a stocking are all the gold hardware parts that I need to finish my other Squire Strat project that I'm working on right now as well. I've got a few irons in the fire here. As soon as one finishes up, another one starts. But I think for a total investment, because I got a, Temu, we've been through the Temu parts thing. I've told you that a lot of those parts are modeled off or molded off of Squire parts, but they can be inferior in some way. There's a little bit more quality. I think I may be crazy on eBay if you can to look for spare parts, but you can still find some great bargains. And I wanted gold hardware on the next project that I'm doing, so I was able to all the parts I need, from the tuning pegs all the way down to the jack insert to even the strap holders. I found the gold hardware that I need, and that came out to about $40 as well. Not a lot of money invested in what's going to turn out to be an awesome guitar. We're going to film that too. I'm actually going to film myself in real time putting that thing together, so you can experience me putting together guitar and how that goes. But again, just finding ways to improve or to take on a project. These are great, inexpensive ways that you or your friends or your musician friends in your life, things that you can do to help them out or talk to them about or suggest to them or suggest to yourself. You can look in the mirror like I do often. We talk, we share a laugh. And just think about that. So, stocking stuffers is number 2 on my list. Parts are always a great stocking stuffer. I actually also, it's not a direct guitar part, but it helps me work on guitars. I did my wire stripper that I had. It was an all-in-one kind of tool, and those things sometimes they're great, sometimes they're not so great. Great wire cutter, lousy wire stripper. So I also invested in a new, pretty nice wire stripper, because you're going to need that as well if you're doing a lot of work on your own. So yeah, Stock Stuffers is number two on my list. Number two on my list. I'd hear from you guys also about what you expect. This is not just me ranting off in the next hour. I'd like to hear from you as well. What's Santa bringing you for this Christmas? Let me know. Scott says, "Oh, Maddie Two Hats, how you doing, Maddie? I'm so glad you're here. The bots are showing up, man. They're runaway scared now. Welcome, welcome, welcome." Scott says, "I work on mine. I don't even clean my own guitars. I pay a tech to maintain my fleet." That's exactly great. That's exactly, you're doing far more than I would, just to be kind, I'd say 85% of cats out. Just to be truthful with you, you're going actually above and beyond. So that's great. Um, Great backdrop there today, Matty Two Hat says, Mike. Yeah, I am in my cabin in the woods. I mean, really in the woods. I'm surrounded by pretty big old trees, and there's not a soul around me for quite a while. It's dead quiet here. It's a little cold. They say outside it feels like -5. I got it down to about -2 in here. So you won't have to see my breath during the live stream. But I'm enjoying my holiday here. But I thought I would check in with you guys, share these thoughts with you. Um, now, um, now, I also took the time today because I had a minute to take a look at some deals that are online. You know, again, I think it was Dewey who pointed out to me that there are Epiphones that you can find out there for under $200. And one that I found, the Epiphone Les Paul specials are going for under $200 right now. And I picked these out because I think they're all strats, but I think each three of these that I'm going to mention, depending upon your budget, I've got a couple of different budgets here, they're all great unto themselves, but they'd also make a great modding platform for you, modifications as well, where you can make the quality a little bit better by improving the parts a little bit without blowing the bank. The idea here. And the Epiphone Les Paul specials for under $200 is not a bad way to start out, especially if you're on a tight budget and you're for a very simple, easy guitar to mod that you can upgrade and make it sound pretty decent. Even still under $300 with the modifications that I would possibly do to something like this, it can be done. The next one is the Squier Affinity Telecaster. I've said Strats. There is one Tele in here. The Squier Affinity Telecaster pack includes an amp, and I don't say this, lightly, because the amp and guitar pack thing seems to be a dying breed. When I was growing up, like you get two amps here. Just take two of them. But that's getting a harder thing to find. And for $300, the Squier Affinity Caster is great. It comes in some great colors. And again, it's a guitar that can grow with you. You can make some easy modifications to the hardware and the pickups to sing like a champ. Again, there are songs out there, uh, by, recent songs by major pop artists that are using Squier Affinities for the guitar track. So can't say it's not a professional instrument. Thank you, Maddie. I appreciate it. GRB. Hey, how you doing, GRB? Good day, mate, and everybody. Hope we're doing well. Yes, sir, we are doing well, and I'm so happy that you are here. Welcome. I've always disliked receiving Xmas gifts. My birthday is the 25th, so I always felt I got more than anybody else. Or yeah, I guess so. Or you were getting half the presents you should have got that year if they had been on different dates. There's a lot of different ways looking at that, I guess. I can dig that. I'm getting older. The older you get, it is true. The older you get, the giving is actually more something than the receiving. And if you notice, all the things that I gifted unto myself are really things that are within, my. I hate this word. I hate the fact I'm going to use this word, but it works within my passion. And also, it's interesting stuff on YouTube. So there's that. Um, so just those thoughts. The Fender Player Stratocasters B stock. Uh, I can't believe it. I found several, and these are B stock guys, so you can still get a full warranty on these things if you buy these. I found them on several major players in terms of distributors for around $600. Now, a Fender Player Strat B stock for around $600, I think is you know, you're a beginning guitarist and you got $400, see if you can scrape that extra 200 and buy this. Because this will put you where you want to be down the line without. Again, as you grow, you can make modifications to the pickups and the hardware. But starting out the box, well, three of these at 600, 300, and $200, especially in the case of the B stock Fender Player Strats that I'm seeing out there, and they're more than I thought there were. When I was looking this up, I really think that the three of these are my suggestions out there, things that I think that at different price point there are fantastic. I think that they'll really, really work for you. So there is that. Um, Set up a guitar workbench, GRB says. X kitchen table. That's all right. We repurpose things all the time. I'm good. I'm good. I got a table. I can repurpose it. That's perfect. And bought soldering iron multimeter for myself for there. That's awesome, man. I love hearing that. That's what I'm always buying parts, and all of it's always towards working on guitars because I've just really come to a couple of conclusions. A, I'm cheap, and B, as long as these are working, and this is working, then I should be using it. Um, Not to say, like I said, in the case of this routing work, I would never turn on. I really prefer to have Fern do that. But the basic stuff, you got your tools and you got a place to do it at, and good lighting. Trust me, as you get older, good lighting is really essential. just just a FYI, um, and you're pretty much well set. Yeah, yeah. Starting to investigate the setups of my guitars, having the best time of my life. Yeah, that's a great gift to yourself because investing in, you're not sitting there saying, "Boy, this would just be so much more awesome if I had the brand new such and such that just came out." As opposed to, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to work on what I got, and I've always said I wanted to do that. Let me go and invest in the tools in order to do that because that rabbit hole will lead you to other more pleasant rabbit holes as opposed to some of the unpleasant rabbit holes. But that's a pleasant one to go down, actually, honestly. It can get deep, but you don't want your house starting to look like the set of Stewie Mac, but close enough is good enough. Yeah. Ordered neutered Strat pickguard for musically and looking at pickups too. Still learning. Yeah, yeah, man. I got a box now, literally, of different Strat uh, loaded pick guards, and and I've and a strong desire to stop building Strat. I've built. This would be my fifth Strat that I've worked on this year. So I gave one to my cousin, sold one, kept one, and I've got two that I just I think it's going to be a wrap on Strats for a moment. I don't know what the next is, but yeah. Anyway, um, so there's that, guys. Another thing to think about are some of the stuff that Behringer is coming out with. Did you guys see that? I know some of you guys don't care about this, but if you're any kind of 80s, if you came out of the 80s, then you know the Lynn drum. And I couldn't believe it that Behringer has come out with their clone of the Roger Lynn drum. Now, this drum was used on freaking every pop song in the 80s, or the majority of them. not to mention all of Prince's early work from, I would say, certainly 1999 featured that drum machine. And I'm excited because with it being a Behringer, I know it'll be at a price that people can afford. A real lunge. I tried to buy a real Lindrum actually. I no kidding. I know I might have shared this with you guys uh, back when I was living in Singapore, but it was too shady. It was like, well, I have the drum. All right, I want to buy it from you. Well, it's not really. It's my boyfriend's, and he's in Italy. He'll wire me the money, and we'll do. I was like, no, fuck that. Excuse my French. But I came this close to buying one. They wanted $3,500 for it, and I was flush and dumb enough at the time to think about, well, actually, that would not have been a bad investment. That would have held its value. So I won't say dumb, but I wasn't dumb enough to fall for that trap. I am sorely interested in taking a look at this Behringer clone that's come out. I don't think that they've listed a price for it yet, and I'll do it in real time because I am that fascinated with this thing. And let me see if they. Oh my gosh, yeah, here it is. So the Behringer 2600, and it's going to be available here in about 7 to 9 weeks. Is this it? No, this isn't it. Sorry, guys. False alarm. That's not it. Um, Here it is. Yeah, all right. So it's called the LM Drum, 109 drum sounds from the original Lindrum. No price on it yet, but yeah, of course, no price on it yet. But it is awesome. You guys should check that out. If you're into drum machines, check out the Behringer LM drum. I'm excited about it. And again, I don't expect this thing to be more 350 to 400. And that's just the thing about Behringer is that they're able to do these things at spectacular prices. I'm waiting for their Vibe 69 pedal to come out. I've already ordered it, paid for it. I'm just waiting for the order to be filled in, it says, about 3 months. But when it comes out, I guarantee to have it because I'd like to have one. I think it's awesome. And I think it's one of those things that worth it in terms of a pedal deal. And Behringer is a company that is knocking it out the park. So for budget stuff, for the musician who wants quality at a good price, Behringer is one of the stocking stuffers that I recommend out there to you guys to take a look at. I really am. They have come out with so many things. I'm super impressed. Hey, you guys can say hello to Ellie. Everybody comes with me on my holidays. I brought my two dogs and one of my kids with me. Yes, sweetie. Everybody comes with me on the holiday. Everybody gets a holiday too. But I can't bring my other cat Eddie because he likes to talk. And this is a quiet zone. But he's being taken care of. So yeah, if recording is on your mind, there are tons of affordable gear out there. Another one is the Focusrite Scarlett Solo interface. Um, Everybody asks me, or sometimes not everybody asks me, I get asked quite often what interface that I would recommend, and I'd say the Focusrite Scarlett Solo, especially at $120. You can't go wrong. And I will be upgrading to one of these shortly. I have a Behringer. Interestingly enough, my my interface is a Behringer, and I'm happy with it. Um, but this Focusrite is a deal. This is the one that my friend Jock uses. He recommended to me quite a while ago, and at this price, I think it might be worth checking out. We'll see if it's sonically a big difference. So that the Behringer and Focusrite all that, all these things, like I said, are friendly, and they're made for musicians who are serious too. When I was growing up, it was, boy, I wish I could afford to buy XYZ piece of equipment. Now it's, boy, I wish I had enough space to for XYZ and piece of equipment because the prices actually on this stuff is, with the help of companies like Focusrite and Behringer, are key price, won't blow the bank. It's something that's actually feasible. Small practical gifts. Sometimes the little things make the biggest difference. Um, I think if you're really on a budget, or if you've got, I just spoke to my brother a few hours ago, and he was telling me about the pedal board that he's putting together for my nephew Alex, with Alex, and also the amp that they got. They bought also that guitar that I modded in the Squire and gave to my nephew. He got himself a 20-watt PV, and that blew my mind. Because PV was my first guitar slash bass. It was a bass amp, but I used it for guitar and bass. It was a PV amp. So, even in, I hate to admit it, but in 40 years, God, I can't believe it. But in 40 years, that has not changed. Us McWilliams still play PV amps. My Uncle Carlton plays a PV amp. I'm a little la-di-da. I have my Laney. but I started out on PVs. But small things like him that maybe his brother's sister could get him to help him along that won't blow their banks are like strings. A pack of Ernie balls or Slinkies go for 3-pack, by the way, for under $20. I just bought two packs of Slinkies here at the store for my guitars. The double cut custom and the Squire that Vern has, and that set me back 20 euros. That was for 2 packs of Slinkies, and I had bought that 3-pack of Slinkies at the Vintage Guitar Show, if you guys remember that. And I only paid 18 years for that. So, yeah, I'm starting to see that strings are, if you can find them for cheap, buy as long as they're real, not fakes, because there are fake strings out there. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. It's a real thing. As long as they're quality strings at a quality shop and they're selling them, blowing them out, buy them for yourself as guitars, because they're not going to be cheaper. That's one thing that I think inflation is certainly, I'm starting to see, in its strings. It's in the odd places, but your $300,000 Les Paul from 1959 isn't worth shit. It don't have strings. Am I right? Am I right? You're gonna hold it up to your face up to the pickups and sing? Without strings, man, they don't work. Invest in strings, and it's a great gift to give to people as well. A capo is a great gift. And picks, capo by Kaiser, for example, can be had for under $25. Picks, find out what kind of picks they like, or maybe you don't. Maybe you're like Alex, and he hasn't figured out what pick he likes. I have a pick that I use that I have been using for over a decade, and I won't use any other pick other than that because it's what I do. But you can get a variety pack for under $10, and you can find out. Or find something new that maybe works even better. So there is that. Michael Watson in the house. Hey man, better late than never. How you doing? Mad Two Hats. Yeah, Behringer is going nuts on the pro audio stuff, and the guitar pedal clones too. They are going. They've got me excited. Like I said, that's two things from them that I seriously would like to have. I would seriously like to have. The Vibe 69, because I would like to use it really for recording. The drum machine, because I always wanted one of those suckers, and I'd like to see if I can come up with it. Just for shits and giggles. She is so beautiful. Yeah. Ellie. She's a cutie. She's a Singapore. She is one of the better things that I got in Singapore and brought with me. I was actually just looking at Behringer drum machines today. I think Thomann has a price on it. Do they? Do they now? LM drum. Let's take a look. Let's see if that is indeed the case. YouTube video, come on, here it is. Yes, they do have a price on it. Bingo. 99 euro. So yeah, I knew it'd be between the 350 and the 400 range. It says here it'll be available in 8 to 10 weeks, so basically 2 or so from now. 400 euros, guys, with free shipping, for a Lynn drum machine. I think I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to set up a separate piggy bank just to put away the money in order to get one of these because I've got to have this. I don't say that very often, but a Lindrum has been on my bucket list, and I know that if you don't grab, this is one of those things that they'll produce a few of. I know how it's going to go, and then it'll be difficult to find. And it's not to say that they're going to blow up, and people, of course, that may happen too. But if you want to get it, you better get it while it gets good. Is the point of that story, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Interesting. So practical, small, practical. That drum machine is not a small practical gift, but for it coming under this at the same price that you would pay for a Squire, a decent Squire these days, you know, I can't say no. In 8 to 10 weeks, I cannot say no. A good maintenance kit makes a great gift. I went to go, I use stuff I have laying around the house and some stuff that I make. Like I make my own guitar wax. That I do. I use pure beeswax and certain things that I put in it. But I wanted to clean and polish my rosewood fingerboard, but I ran out of stuff that I use. So I think that a great maintenance kit would have been awesome for somebody to, my imaginary somebody, maybe you, Ellie, to give me as a gift. A complete car care kit is $50, guys. And it'll last you a while. It's everything that you need for cleaning and polishing your guitar for $50. And that's Music Normans. They have a complete kit. So Music Norman, go check out their website and their complete guitar kits. It's around $50. It's everything you need, and it'll more than last you. And it's something like that that I actually don't have. I had to improvise a little bit. I do know how to clean and polish woods, stain woods, repair woods, things like that. I do have that technical knowledge, but you want to be careful with your rosewood. It's real wood, rosewood like mine is, and something like this would have been handy. Basic tools like a string winder, a cutter, multi-tool. You guys know Gibson puts out that, I don't know if they still do, that multi-tool. That multi-tool works not just on Les Pauls, it also works amazingly well on Strats, believe it or not. And I use that tool to loosen some things on my Strat, to tell you the truth, in a pinch, if I've forgotten where my tools are. And that multi-tool in itself can be had for under $30 if you buy Gibson. If you buy it online, they may or may not be knockoffs, but or who knows, they can be had for under $20. And it's a great gift. I think it's something, these two things, again, small things like that, but I think that they work. And Behringer Elden 399 in stock, 8 to 9 weeks. Bad habits. Thumb pointer player. Can you pick badly but don't like the noise? Yeah, I use my fingers. I learned how to play both ways with my fingers. As a matter of fact, the demo that I do of the sound of those P90 humbuckers, I did that just finger picking. So really hear the clarity. I did that. And you guys can check that out again tomorrow, Monday. They'll be released that video. Please take a look at it. Please take a look at it. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, guys. I see one like and a lot of people watching. Hit the thumbs up, guys. I appreciate it. Really want a Behringer Echo machine, but they don't stay available and rare to find. See, that's what my point. And I know this drum machine, as well as possibly that Vibe 69, are going to be the same. So, I had plans to invest in 3 months a Japanese guitar. As you guys know, I've been talking about vintage Japanese guitar. Tell you the truth, I've got enough Strats. I'm building them. I'm good. What I'd like to invest that $400 or so that I plan on putting into that is into this drum machine, and that's what I'm going to do. See, something always comes along, and it's difficult because gas can change priorities, but by building my own Strats, by doing the work myself and gathering the parts here and there over time and putting together these guitars, um, that saves me money on things that come along like this that I can do. And I'm going to do it. You guys know, if I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy one. I've got to have it. And I'm going to buy it immediately. Because, again, as GRB was pointing out, they don't stay available long and they're rare to find in certain locales. Leatherman multi-tool, awesome. There's another great suggestion, guys. I like to hear your suggestions here in the live stream. So if you have things that you'd like to suggest, stocking stuffers or main gift, I'd like to hear from you. Andrew 357, sir, how you doing? Good to see you. Have you ever got a Japanese Fender Jaguar imported? If so, how much, including import tax? Well, the import tax for me, because I'm in business, is kind of a set rate. About 150 some odd euros. Um, yeah, I brought in a Fender Jaguar for a client of mine. Some blue one. It was a particular color that he wanted, and a lefty at that. And lefties aren't easy to find. And I did find one, if you guys recall, back when, maybe a year or two ago. So yeah, I've gotten them before. And the cost of it in itself really depends upon what I can find, its availability, and the seller. They're willing to negotiate. But yeah, hope that answered your question. Um, so yeah, basic tools. You know, I think the best gift idea so far: budget guitar upgrades. Budget guitar upgrades. I think, as I share with you, as a GRB shared, a lot of guys shared here with you, the pleasure of that comes from that derives from that of, well, let me unscrew this and look at this, and well, what would that look like at that, or I always wanted how to wire that into that, and those things again will lead you down nowhere but positive paths. You know, you know, I can't see anything negative about that. Unless you really get gas for tools, and you end up with more tools than you have guitars. Yeah, you gotta keep a healthy balance there. But other than that, I really can't see anything wrong with budget guitar upgrades. It's what I decided to do this year, and I'm actually glad that I did because now I'm jonesing for a 400 euro drum machine that I'm gonna need to save up for. Because again, like I said, I don't buy anything unless I sell something or unless I have a specific for it. That keeps you from overspending, keeps you happy, and also building, working on your own stuff. But aside from that, keeps you on budget, keeps you happy, keeps your wallet happy, keeps you steady. New pedals, again, something to suggest. Recording gear, as I've mentioned, and the various stocking stuffers. And I think all these things would be fantastic, fantastic things that any musician, beginning or as old as, old pro like me, would love to have. Would love to have. I'd love if somebody gave me something like that. Even just the cleaning kit. Unfortunately, I've got to get it for myself. But it's on my to-do list. I know I need to get a new cleaning kit because I've blown through. But that particular kit lasted me for a couple of years. As long as you keep it stored in a nice, clean, cool, dark spot, those liquids won't go bad on you. I saw a Fender Ventura 2 Stratocaster at American Music Supply for $776.99. Elsewhere, it has them listed from somewhere around $1,000 to $1,200 to $1,150. Yeah, that's a deal. That's a deal, you know. That's a deal, Michael. Ben Allmark, you probably already told us, but must have missed it. What model drum machine are you buying, Mike? Oh, Ben, so I'm kind of going Google over the new Behringer, and I've talked before about the Behringer Vibe 69 pedal that I that I paid for on Tomon. I'm here on my Tomon page right now, and am waiting for that to get in stock so they can deliver it to me. I actually pre-ordered. I never do that, but we're talking about the Behringer LM drum machine. It's their version. It looks just like all the same. It looks like a dead ringer for the old Roger Lynn drum machine. That's the drum machine that Prince used, Pet Shop Boys, Eurythmics. You know, I go through just about everybody at some point used the Roger Lynn drum machine, and I've always wanted one. And to have an opportunity to get one like this, that actually is, I think, it may not sonically, it'll be close enough. Anyway, sample wise, it's directly lifted from the Lynn drum, so you can't go wrong. Let me see what I can do with it. I like playing the drum machine. Playing the, you know, I like playing the drum machine with the meter set to double time. When that's how I used to do it when I was growing up. That's everybody I knew. We didn't put in a pattern and push play. We played the parts on the drum machine, and then would either loop them or just play it through. And it got you in a pretty good rhythm. Teddy Riley, it was a player. He didn't program. He played his what was that MPC 2000 or 1000, whatever it was. He had probably all of them. Um, Jimmy Jam played his Lynn drum machine. Prince physically played his. Those parts where you hear the drum machine. That's not necessarily a program. Some of it is. He did take some of the pre-programmed things and work with those, but he also played it as well. And that is a skill that I need to back into. Just a little music history for you guys. Nice. Should be awesome. We'll see. We'll see, Ben. GRB, Mike, sorry, not really Christmassy. I need wire to rewire that strap, which, yeah, yeah, the wires, man, and don't cheap out on wires either. If you invest as a parts, because I have wire my parts thing as well, they're cloth wires. They're good quality. I got them from Fern, my luthier. But yeah, some that you might want to invest in. What do I get? I had to look online, a bit confused with sizes, colors, copper. Well, you know, okay, Stewie Mac, if you can, I would suggest going to Stewie Mac if you're in the States. If you're over here in Europe, see the problem with the stuff here is that they don't allow lead water here. Where you can bring it in if you're importing it and they check it at the border or anything like that. That's severe, but you can't buy it here, and that makes it difficult for me as well. So that's why I bought a lot of stuff from Stewie Mac. Even at the same time, I also bought some dyes as well from Stewie Mac. They're pricey, but it's a place to start. And then from there, you can try to source elsewhere. Sizes, colors, and copper in terms of the wires that you need. Um, Are you doing a basic two wire with or two wire one hot, or are you doing a four conductor? That I can't with. that's 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 really upon what you plan on doing. But going to Stewie Mac, they can certainly help you, point you in a better direction than I can. Yeah, I think that say I with stuff like that. To be honest with you, I go to guys like that because you, you better safe than sorry, and also it's a good place to start. And then you say, "Oh, okay, that's what I need. Maybe let me type in here and see if it's somewhere else for cheaper, something like that." But Stewie Mac is always where you want to start at if you're confused. And I was confused on pots actually for strats, and I started from Stewie Mac and went from there. And then I asked Fern about it, and he kind of educated me. But they're all, and I buy stuff from them all the time. Like I said, I'm going to put in an order for vintage yellow again because I'm out. So Stewie Mac is always good. People bitch about their prices. Yeah, they're pricier, but you know what? It's good stuff. It's good stuff, and a good place to start. So remember, it's really not about how much you spend, but about how much you enjoy what you have. I'm good. It always gets back to I'm good. Whether it's modding an old guitar, snagging a great deal on a new or B stock one, or just picking up some new strings, the goal is to keep the music alive, keep it going. Um, I immediately I said that I was going to do it, and one of the things I'm going to do while I'm on holiday and have a peaceful moment is to edit the guitar tracks that I laid down using that Harley Benton. Again, the first the first guitar that I've recorded since the last album ended up being that Harley Benton custom because I love the sound of those P90s in it so much that I immediately recorded something. And that mod got me back into what I was supposed to be doing in the first place, and that's writing and recording. So modifications like that, it does help keep the music going live instead of me waiting to March for a guitar. Okay, I finally got it. It's the perfect. Well, I don't know if it's going to be great or not because I haven't touched it. I haven't played it. I know the one I got right now plays great and sounds great. So let me use this and stop worrying about something else. This is kind of the. You guys saw me go through that process. This is the conclusion that I came to. I'll just go Stewie Mac, and I love Stewie Mac maintenance videos. Yeah, and like I said, people, I hear a lot of negative things about Stewie Mac. Oh, they're so pricey and this, but you know what? They know what the hell they're doing, and it was the Stewie Mac video that taught me how to fix dim wood. It was one of there's quite a few videos out there that I've referenced, but that was the very first one. Got a dent in the back of this neck. What do I do? You can steam it out. I learned about steaming. I learned about taking in filler, putting in filler and doing stuff like that. And then sanding and waxing that, and it looks brand new. And I did that to the neck on one of these Squires. It had a pretty good dent in it. By the time I was done with it, you would have never known that there was a dent. And that was because I got started because I was curious. I wanted to do it. It bothered me. And I went to Stewie Mac and I learned how to do it. I have confidence now that I do it all the time when it's needed. And I don't even blink. I'm like, okay, I need to do this, got to do this. And I have everything that I need in order to do that. So, keep the music alive is basically where I'd like to end. So, whatever it is Santa's bringing you guys, I hope he brings you joy of music. Most importantly of all, because again, that's what this is all about. A guitar is no good without strings, and that guitar is also no good if it's not producing music. So, something to think about, guys. I am quite surprised. I am so pleased that I decided to do a live stream remote, my first remote live stream. My first on location. This tree actually is quite beautiful. I know you guys don't go for the Christmassy thing, but I'm really digging that. And I got the fireplace going on over there in the corner. Uh, so this is a nice cabin. I really enjoy it. And the people who own this place, they decorated it very well. And I'm going to be able to come and enjoy it for a few days. But, honestly speaking, make music, guys. Keep music alive. We all do it through the simple thing of just maintaining our instruments so that they're ready to make music. And it is indeed a pleasure. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. I'm wishing you guys uh, happy holidays and Merry Christmas. Keep rocking. And as always, I'm good. So I'm going to sign off, guys, now. We'll go out into the woods and howl at the moon at midnight, at the stroke of midnight. I got to get this right, the timing on this right, if I'm going to make the transition. No, this is not an episode of Grimm. I wouldn't go out in those woods this time of night, especially it's the cold in itself. Not the fact that there's not a lot of brothers out there in the woods at night. Trust me, I'd be the only one for miles, and that's just not going to happen. Too much of a temptation for the wolves. They're like, that would be exotic cuisine. Let's try that tonight. So no, I will stay here in front of the fireplace, in front of the Christmas tree in my cabin. I will see you guys this Wednesday night. Absolutely during Christmas Day. We'll do a live stream and we'll talk about we're going to talk about the difference between. I want to get back into parts casters and modded guitars because I was thinking about some today. I actually wrote a script for that one today, so I'm actually used two scripts today. Well, now one. But that will be coming up, guys. So we'll talk about that on Wednesday. Hey, you guys, all of you, take care of yourselves. Maddie, thank you for modding tonight. I really appreciate it as always. I appreciate all you guys always showing up, and I will see you on Christmas Day. You take care. Bye bye.